moment when spring is still hanging on and summer is already rattling the door. Welcome to Teller Time. I'm actually joining in from Denver while Charlie's in Woodland Park, and our guest is also Woodland Park, but Charlie's just returning from the mysterious jungles of Missouri and beyond, and he claims he can achieve some kind of radio enlightenment while out there. We'll let you, the listener, decide. As always, huge thanks to UPass Historical Society for sponsoring today's adventure and keeping our roots firmly planted in Teller County history. Speaking of history, Charlie's just getting ready to hit the makeup chair as he prepares for his scenes in some up-and-coming documentaries about Teller County history. Let's let the makeup dry and see what Charlie can tell us about the documentaries. This is Teller Time, and we are ready to spill.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's happening really soon. The filming will start next week. We're going to be on several locations, all through the county, including Cripple Creek, and it's about the amazing women that have lived in this area over the last 100 years. There's 5 that we're highlighting in this documentary, and the stories are just incredible. You don't want to miss this. There's going to be a trailer out before August, so we'll have that available. But as our other documentaries, they won awards at different film festivals around the world. So we're excited to get this one up and going. And yeah, it's all happening next week, man.
All right, well, you got a good cast. You got a bunch of young actors and actresses from the Woodland Park area. I know Rob is happy to have them, so I think it's going to be pretty phenomenal. So we'll all be excited, and we'll keep everyone posted on it. All right. Okay. Today on Teller Time, we welcome the one-man soundtrack of Woodland Park. His name is Dalton LaFever. He's a local musician with a voice that can calm a storm, start a party, or accidentally summon a crowd from 3 blocks away. Whether he's lighting up a stage, which will actually be soon, or a brewery corner, or a backyard that has questionable electrical wiring, he brings a certain energy. Yo, Dalton, welcome to Teller Time. Pull up a chair. Pull up a chair, let's make the mountain hum.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. So I'm going to start with... Is your last name a spinoff from Johnny LaFever, who was a disc jockey on WKRP in Cincinnati? Are you even old enough to remember that?
No, I don't think so. I'm actually the last LaFever of my family, technically. So
what is the background? What is the background?
Music or just my name?
Well, just the last name right now. Then we'll let you have
the background. It goes back all the way to we have family back in Australia and stuff like that. But the names actually changed spellings multiple times throughout history and stuff like that. So I don't know too much about it, but yeah.
All right. Well, I think one thing I do know, you play the keyboard. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any other instruments you play, or is that your main?
That's my main one. I play a little bit of harmonica. I wish I could solo on it, but I can do a little bit on that. And then I sing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How'd you get started?
My parents technically actually threw me into just music. It was nothing I never actually wanted to do. It was more for a mental state kind of thing. I had a lot of issues as a kid, I guess. And it was just good for my mental state and just stuck with it.
Well, that's good. I mean, music is an art, just like martial arts and everything. So anytime you can use the arts to sort of, deal with your emotions or change or be creative, that's a good way to do things. What is your favorite type of music, or what do you play? What is your genre of music?
I mean, so I actually started out, I was classically trained for years and years, doing a bunch of Beethoven, Bach, all sorts of guys and stuff like that. And now I'm just doing original music, writing my own stuff, and the genre is kind of all over the place, anywhere from blues, a little bit of rap, um, I, maybe some country and stuff as well. Alternative. I would say folk maybe as well, but I just don't want to put myself in a box.
Of course, of course. So I did see that. I know you're going to be a guest on one person. You're going to be a guest on Rose and Thorn, but you've also got something of your own coming up, don't you?
Yeah. So I actually started with Rose and Thorn, and I'm featured on their album. I was recording with them over the last year, 2 years, or something like that. That's when I kind of got into the recording process for me. And then I've been recording my own album over the past, year on my own. I'm hoping to release it by October, but there's a lot of logistics that come. There's like always another step that I keep running into, but I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, that's exciting, having your own album out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. All right. Little question and answer. When you walk into a room, do you hear a riff or a tune? Are you thinking music when you walk into a room sometimes?
I mean, that's it. I've seen videos on it, of like, at least for writing and stuff like that. It's just some magical thing that happens. It's the weirdest thing that you're not expecting something. Sometimes you hear something or like a story, and that's just kind of where you find inspiration on it.
Has that helped you with your album coming up, or songs in the past, or songs in the future?
A lot of life experiences from this first album, I think, is a lot. I wrote some stories. Some things were just like come up with random topics, I guess, to talk about.
Nice. What is the weirdest request you have gotten while in the middle of a song? And would it have been play Free Bird? What's the weirdest request you got?
Yeah, you always get that at a bar. It was playing Freebird. No, because I still do dueling pianos, actually. So we'd actually take requests from the crowd and stuff like that. I haven't done too much of it, but I try to stay away from it. Try to do my own original stuff, but yeah, like I think maybe the weirdest request. I don't know. It's always funny when you get somebody to have you request a female artist, and you got to play that as a male artist.
Ah, okay.
Something like that,
So you do female impersonations of artists?
I wouldn't say female impersonations. I think I've become better of just trying to find my own voice with doing some covers and stuff like that, so.
All right. So, okay, I'm going to give you the mic, and you're going to have, some time just to tell us a little bit about anything you want to tell us about yourself, your music, your involvement, what have you. So, yeah, just tell us a little bit more maybe about Dalton.
I mean,
if you want.
I'm a local musician to Woodland Park. I try to play out as much as possible. I average anywhere from 60 to close to 100 shows a year. All around to Denver, Woodland Park, Colorado Springs, all the way down to Trinidad. I've done a couple gigs outside of the States as well. But I just music is just all about this. That's what I'm all about. Basically. So yeah.
All right. How long have you been playing music again?
Now going on maybe 21 or 22 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
started, I think, when I was like 7.
Little self-promotion, appearances, contact, websites.
So, yeah.
How can people get in touch with you? How can people see? How can people hear what you're all about?
So, right now, I just got the Facebook. And there's a lot of background things that you got to kind of put together to get the website and stuff like that. So right now it's just Facebook and Instagram is all I got. You can actually find me
So
on Google if you search up my name, Dalton LaFever, and you can find some stuff like that.
yeah, so Dalton, I have to ask. I think before we started this recording, you mentioned something about an album you're coming out with.
Yes, yeah. The album is The Friend I Never Knew. I'm trying to understand, I guess, what the album is technically about, but I feel like it's just like, I think, at least from my perspective, I mean, it's always like hard because music's so, you can have, just like art, everybody has their different views on it and stuff like that, but at least from my perspective, is kind of just about going through dark times, and, you have to go through dark times, but understanding that there's light at the end of the tunnel through life and stuff like that. So it's kind of a little bit about that.
I just saw a film about Joan Baez
Okay.
and folk singing.
Yeah.
What was it?
Probably.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who Joan Baez is or whatever. She's done.
And Bob Dylan.
Yeah, and Bob Dylan. Yep, I was about to say that.
And so you are reminding me a lot about Dylan here.
That's
because of your sound and your writing.
Yeah. I would definitely say the writing is definitely very Bob Dylan like, where you're just kind of telling a story and stuff like that. It's and I mean, it's very interesting to me. You don't find a lot of keyboard players or piano players around. Everybody, every time I hear, is always like Billy Joel or Elton John, but there's not many that are doing writing, and sometimes they just change to a guitar to get more folky, I guess, but I've just stuck with it.
There's no worries. Yeah, can you entertain us with a little music? You got something to play back there, Dalton? I can't see what you got, so maybe jump in with something.
But Thom, I know that you've looked or researched this fellow a little bit, I think, and he mentioned he plays in different parts of Colorado and even around the world at some point.
Right.
Do you have you seen or heard any of the places he was at?
No, I just I think, was interested in him just because he was a local person. He was on the Woodland Park page. I forget who reached out to who first, but you're gonna have to block that out.
Hey, that was cool.
It sounded interesting. So between him and I guess Kevin Lees, I think is part of Rose and Thorn, and Jeremiah Campfire, who's going to be on next week. So we just got sort of a stream of musicians happening on podcasts over the next couple of weeks. I just thought it was something interesting.
Oh, yeah, it is. Definitely.
Yeah, helping someone who is, not exactly an unknown, but just trying to get a variety of different people onto our podcast.
Right. So, okay, Dalton, hang on. We're going to come back to you. Right, I'm going to mute you, Thom. Hold on.
That sounds good.
Okay, hey, Dalton, you're on, dude.
Yeah. All right. So this song. Can you still hear me? Yeah. No. So I wrote this song.
Yes.
I wrote this song a couple of weeks ago. I was just talking to like I was explaining before, just how the writing process goes. It's just interesting, I was talking to this guy in a car dealership just about a life experience kind of thing, and wrote a little song about it. So that's what I did.
That's cool.
Let me tell you a story about a man I met one day. Never wanted my money, was a kind soul. He was old and scrawny, never begged for help, living out on the streets. He offered me the pipe of peace. judge a book by its cover. You don't know what's inside. Turn the pages to the end of the story. When they will lay down and die, our stories will end. You and I remember you, my friend. When I look up into the sky. Took a trip to Virginia. I offered the old man a ride. Let me tell you a story, my son. I don't have much time. I fought for this land, for you to be free. I come back to this country, we all disagree. I then dropped the man off when our trip was through. Then the man for his time left there with a better view. Never judge a book by its cover. Don't know what's inside. Turn the pages to the end of the story. When they will lay down and die, our stories will end. You and I remember you, my friend. When I look up into the sky. There you go.
Very nice, man. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do, and I'm not saying, I think that's brilliant. If you had a little harmonic in there, you would be Dylan. I mean, there's a little bit of Dylan right in there, man. I think it's awesome.
I feel that way. That's just
Yeah.
how I write. I don't, it's hard. The thing I find hard is finding, metaphors and stuff like that. I feel like the writing's kind of really direct to the heart kind of thing. So I'm very, I guess, honest about it.
All right, well, that sounded really good, and I echo what Charlie said. It's definitely a Bob Dylan-ish type of feeling. So that was cool. That was really good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, okay, folks. Dylan is warmed up. He's tuned up, and he's already judged our chairs for not being ergonomic enough for a pianist. It's time for him to step into the Teller Time lightning round. And in honor of his presence today, we're going to call it the Piano Panic Edition. Questions coming faster than his right hand during a ragtime run. So just quickly, one-word answers on all these questions. Let's see if we can catch you on Dylan. Dalton. All right. Black keys or white keys?
Black keys.
Major or minor? I didn't hear it.
Minor.
All right. Yeah, you got to speak up a little. A song you wish you wrote?
The Weight by the band.
Okay. Worst request ever gotten?
Boy, that's a good one. I can't think. I get so many.
All right. Okay. How about a metronome? Is that your friend or your enemy?
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, it can be both.
Okay. Without harming your popularity, what is one pop song you would ban from being requested?
Something by Bruno Mars.
Yeah, I can't see you doing a Bob Dylan does Bruno Mars. That'd be an interesting compilation there. All right. Running with our theme of music, it's time for the word of the day. This will make Dalton either nod in approval or stare into the distance like he's remembering a gig that he regrets. All right, let's see if Charlie can get this one too. The word is sostenuto, Sostenuto, and yes, it is Italian. How's your musical verbiage background there, Dalton? Any ideas what sostenuto
I
means?
think it's sustain.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's an instruction to play the notes in a sustained or prolonged manner. Okay. All right, Charlie, you know what's coming next. It's our world famous Did You Know segment where we dig up strange and surprising or even mildly concerning facts about the world. So grab a sip of your beverage and let's continue on our magical journey. And this is going to be a lot for Dalton. Okay, Dalton, did you know there are 10 musical terms that are supposed to help you read, understand, and appreciate music? Any ideas?
Yeah, there's probably a lot.
Okay.
There's probably like bass clef, treble clef, probably stuff like that, maybe.
Okay, we got pitch, tempo, melody, harmony, rhythm, legato, staccato, crescendo, arpeggio. Do you those sound like anything familiar?
Oh yeah, all of them.
Yeah, that's so. All right. Here's a good did you know? Did you know the largest playable tuba is 8 feet tall?
Throwing out your back with that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Tom. All right, now the biggest tuba. So how big would the person have to be to play the biggest tuba?
Exactly. 8 foot tall tuba. All right. Did you know the saxophone was banned in some European churches for being too seductive? I can see that. Charlie, did you know violin strings used to be made from sheep intestines?
Wait a minute. So what?
Yeah.
You're going to have to repeat this. Did you say sheep infested?
No. Did you know violin strings can be made from sheep intestines?
Oh. No, actually, I did not. And if any, I'm not surprised you know that.
There you go. Oh, I have so much fun with these things. All right. How about did you know that the snare drum was originally a battlefield communication or basically just a way to do military group chat? I guess they would drum out beats and just communicate through the snare drum. Sounds logical.
Yeah, they had it in the so.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, time to give it up for the unstoppable, unshakable, unstable Dalton LaFever. Thanks for literally bringing the music. You didn't just play today, you lit up our studio. So, from all of us here at Teller Time and from everyone listening across Teller County and beyond, perhaps on Facebook or YouTube or Apple Podcast or Spotify, we thank you for sharing your talent, your heart, your humor, and rolling with our punches. So, give us your contact information, album release, where you are playing with Rose and the Thorn, which we'll talk about. I know that's coming up, but anything more that we may have missed on, anything more you want to say before we move on to the next chapter here?
Well, I've got a rockabilly band that I'm a part of. I'm a part of an improv group, Totem Colloquium. We just play all improv. Don't know what we're going to play on stage. The rockabilly group is Lynette Wolf with some hustlers. I'm part of a blues band as well. That's about all I can think of right now. But yeah.
Good deal. All right, Charlie, can you give him a round of applause with your magical keyboard? Maybe not.
Oh, Dalton, while I have you, you've been extraordinary. I do appreciate. It's just odd. Last night I watched that movie. It was called The Unknown. With It was an extraordinary movie that portrayed Joan Baez and Bob Dylan, and how it showed so much on how he wrote in different places, different things that came to him, how some of his stuff was controversial. I mean, it was during the time of all of the craziness with Vietnam War and all that going on. He talked about all that, and so he was one of the best. And I love how you're following, or not really following. You're doing your own thing there.
Yeah, I'm doing my own thing, but yeah, no, it's interesting how you're saying, talking about the world and stuff. I wrote about. I mean, I haven't written too much about the world. I have a little bit recently and reading some stories and stuff. I wrote one about this 11-year-old soldier in Iran. It broke my heart or whatever. But I mean, that's where
Right.
sometimes I think just from the ear, from people who maybe don't play music. I'm not trying to put people in boxes and stuff like that, but you know, there's so much. Even though a song can sound happy, some of the lyrics are pretty heavy in a lot of music. Or really depressing or something like that.
Exactly.
The music. It's crazy. But I mean,
Yeah,
that's
man.
art.
I get it. Well, you're a true artist and much appreciated, and I can tell you're just gonna knock everybody dead. I can't wait to see you live sometime.
Well, you need to come out. You need to come out June 7th. We're playing at the Cultural Center. I'm actually
Oh,
at the Woodland Park Cultural Center. That's the
Yeah, we'll
album
be
yeah.
talking
release.
about that.
Yeah, that's the album release for um, Rose and the Thorn.
Rose and the Thorn.
Yeah, but I'll be
Perfect.
I'll be
Well,
playing with the drummers. So
thank you very much, Dalton, and I'll let Thom wrap this up.
All right, so we are the Teller Time Titans, Charlie and I, and we really appreciate you listening to us. And by the way, did you know that you could become a sponsor on this show? That's right. You don't have to listen from the sidelines. If you enjoy our show and the comedic flair, why not let us highlight your business or organization right here on the air? We have 3 affordable, cost-effective packages to take you to the next level. You can find information on our Facebook page, Teller Time, which is 2 words, or you can send us an email to tellertime25@gmail.com. So just sitting here listening to the trucks, but wait a minute. Shh. Did you just hear that? I think I just heard someone yell, "Get your popcorn, get your hot dogs, get your peanuts." Charlie, did you hear anything like that? I don't understand. What could it mean?
I think I know what you're talking about.
What you got?
So basically, the City of Woodland Park and UPass Historical Society are working together on a vintage baseball game, which is happening August 8th. Gates open at 10, and it's going to be fantastic. There's a bunch of food trucks, and like you said, yes, popcorn, peanuts, and all that good stuff. We're talking about having a lot of vintage ball players there playing the first responders in Woodland Park area, as well as the Victorian Society out of Cripple Creek. They'll be there doing their thing. And we might even have a quick draw shootout. There's all kinds of things on the docket for that game, and I encourage everybody to come. It's going to be an extraordinary time. You can find more about it at the historic upasshistoricalsociety.org. It's uphs.org, and tickets will be sold there. But If you come, when you come, I should say, bring lawn chairs because there's no stadium seating there. It's right there off Highway 24 between Safeway and Woodland Park. There's a big open area, and that's where that game's going to be. So anyway, thanks for the plug there, Tom.
Yeah, between Safeway and Walmart. Yes, the big old field where the gem show usually is. All
Yeah.
right, good. Teller County. If your calendar is empty, that's about to change. All right. So, folks, that brings us to the end of another wild, wonderful, only in Teller County kind of day here on Teller Time. From myself, Tom, who was away from my post in Denver, to Charlie, who is reacquainting himself with, well, everything, I guess, to Dalton LaFever, melting keys and hearts with equal intensity. We brought the heat and the heart to our podcast today, and we thank you, our guests, our listeners, and our sponsors, and everyone who keeps this community humming like a well-tuned piano. Whether you came for the stories, the history, the music, or just to hear the voices of those two Teller Time Titans, we're glad you spent part of the day with us. So to leave you with a thought, remember, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not a truth. Be good to each other. Catch you soon. Teller Time out.